Long before gyms, before treadmills, before the word exercise even existed, our strength was measured by a simple, practical ability: the power to carry. We carried water from the river, wood for the fire, and food from the hunt. This fundamental human movement has been engineered out of our modern lives, and we are weaker for it. A growing number of longevity experts believe that reclaiming this one forgotten exercise is more important for your posture, grip strength, and core stability than an hour of walking. This isn't about lifting massive weights or training for a competition. It is about restoring a natural, primal pattern of strength our bodies were designed to express every single day. We've traded the weight of the world on our shoulders for the weight of convenience, and in doing so, we've lost something vital. What is this missing link in our modern fitness, and how can we get it back with just a few minutes a week? The answer is simpler and more profound than you might imagine. It is a return to the kind of strength that matters, the kind that keeps you upright, independent, and capable for the rest of your life. Our world is a marvel of ease. With a button's touch, groceries appear at our doorstep. Wheeled luggage glides effortlessly. These are triumphs of ingenuity, but every convenience comes with a cost, a hidden tax on our physical capabilities. Our bodies are brilliant adaptation machines, responding directly to the demands we place on them. When the demand is to sit, our hips tighten and our core weakens. When the demand to carry heavy, awkward objects is removed, our body simply stops building the strength for that task. Think about the last time you truly had to carry something difficult. Perhaps it was a restless grandchild or several bags of soil for the garden. Do you remember the feeling? Your hands aching, your forearms burning, your core tightening like a drum. That feeling is the signal of adaptation. That is your body being told, we need to be stronger for this. Without that signal, the body logically concludes such strength is unnecessary. The muscles for grip, posture, and stability are not prioritized. Walking is wonderful for the heart, but it is a steady, low-intensity movement. It maintains, but it doesn't necessarily build the kind of resilience we need to guard against the physical challenges of aging. This gradual erosion of strength is so subtle we barely notice it, until one day we do. It might be the first time a pickle jar refuses to open. These aren't just moments of inconvenience. They are whispers from our body, telling us a fundamental capacity is fading. But what if we could intentionally reintroduce that signal, in a safe way, to reclaim that lost power? The problem is that we often mistake fitness for complexity. We see intricate machines and complicated workout routines, feeling overwhelmed. But the most profound truths are often the simplest. The strength we've lost is foundational, the kind of all-body resilience built not by isolating one muscle, but by asking the entire body to work together as a single coordinated unit. This is what carrying does. It's not a hand exercise or a leg exercise. It is a total body event. Your hands must grip, your shoulders must stabilize, your upper back must prevent slouching, your deep core muscles must protect your spine, and your hips and legs must propel you forward under load. It is perhaps the most functional movement imaginable, because it mirrors life itself. We are constantly moving objects from place to place. By neglecting to train this ability, we prepare for a life of ease, while reality often demands strength. For those who want to build a body that remains capable and confident for decades, this is a conversation worth having. If this perspective on functional strength resonates with you, consider subscribing. We are dedicated to exploring the practical wisdom that leads to a well-abled life. Reclaiming this forgotten strength is a cornerstone of that philosophy. The journey begins not in a gym, but in our own two hands. So, where do we start this search for forgotten strength? We begin with a part of the body many of us take for granted: our hands. There is a silent epidemic quietly affecting millions as they age. It is the progressive loss of grip strength. This might sound minor. Who cares how hard you can squeeze? Yet a vast and growing body of scientific research reveals a stunning truth. The power in your hands is one of the most accurate windows into your overall health and longevity. It is a vital sign, as important as your blood pressure. For decades, researchers searched for simple ways to predict a person's future health risks. They found a remarkably reliable one in the grip strength dynamometer, a device you squeeze to measure force. Study after study, conducted on hundreds of thousands of people, has come to the same conclusion. A weaker grip is consistently and powerfully associated with a higher risk of all-cause mortality. This means that, on average, people with weaker grips are more likely to pass away sooner from any cause than people with stronger grips, even after adjusting for other factors. But how can the strength of your hand possibly predict the health of your entire system? The answer is that grip strength is not really about your hands. It's a proxy for your overall muscular health and neuromuscular efficiency. A strong grip indicates that your body has sufficient muscle mass and that your nervous system is effectively communicating with those muscles. A declining grip, on the other hand, is often the first and most obvious sign of sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and function. Sarcopenia is the thief that quietly steals our strength, our mobility, and our independence. It begins for many in our 40s and 50s, accelerating if left unchecked. A weak grip is the canary in the coal mine, signaling this process is underway. This loss of muscle isn't just about being unable to lift heavy things. Muscle is a metabolically active organ. It plays a crucial role in regulating blood sugar, managing inflammation, and maintaining a healthy metabolism. When we lose muscle, we don't just get weaker. Our entire system becomes less robust, more fragile, and more susceptible to chronic disease. So, when we talk about improving grip strength, we are really talking about improving the health of our entire body. The question then becomes, what is the best way to do that? Is it squeezing a stress ball? To truly move the needle, we need to engage in movements that demand a strong grip as part of a whole-body effort. We need to do things that tell our entire system that strength is a priority. Let's look closer at the evidence. A landmark study published in The Lancet followed nearly 140,000 adults across 17 countries. Researchers found that for every 5 kilograms, or 11 pounds, decrease in grip strength, there was a 16% increased risk of death from any cause. This link was even stronger than the link between high blood pressure and mortality. A simple hand squeeze was a better predictor of longevity than one of the most commonly measured vital signs. The connections don't stop there. Other studies have linked low grip strength to a higher risk of cardiovascular events, longer hospital stays, and a higher risk of falls and fractures. The data is so robust that geriatricians are increasingly using grip strength as a key diagnostic tool to assess frailty. It helps them identify patients at a higher risk for complications. Beyond physical health, grip strength also appears connected to our cognitive well-being. Several large-scale studies have found a powerful correlation between grip strength in midlife and cognitive function decades later. People with stronger grips in their 50s tended to have better memory and a lower risk of dementia. While correlation is not causation, the link is too strong to ignore. It suggests that the same factors that maintain our physical strength also help protect our brain. This puts the simple act of carrying your own groceries in a new light. It's not just a chore. It's a deposit in your health savings account for both your body and your mind. The challenge for us today is that our environment no longer provides these regular deposits. We have to seek them out intentionally. Imagine life just 200 years ago. Daily survival was a physical proposition. Water had to be carried in buckets from a well. Wood had to be chopped and carried inside. Food had to be farmed or hunted, then carried home. Carrying was not an exercise, it was a non-negotiable part of existence. Our ancestors, men and women alike, spent a significant portion of their day under load. Their bodies were shaped by this constant demand. They developed powerful hands, strong shoulders, and cores of iron. Not because they went to a gym, but because their environment required it.
Their bones were dense and their posture was naturally upright, a direct result of the need to carry weight efficiently. This wasn't about building bulging biceps, it was about building a body capable of doing the work necessary to live. The human body is a masterpiece of evolutionary engineering, designed for two primary functions: walking long distances and carrying objects. We still honor the first function. We count our steps, we go for walks. But we have almost completely abandoned the second. We have forgotten half of our physical heritage. But what does this mean for us today? This ancestral movement pattern is baked into our DNA. Our wide shoulders are designed as a supportive yoke. Our opposable thumbs are made for gripping. Our upright posture and powerful glutes are ideal for carrying loads. When we fail to use this innate capacity, the system begins to break down. It's like owning a powerful all-terrain vehicle but only ever driving it on smooth pavement. The systems atrophy from disuse. We are living in opposition to our own design. The good news is that it is never too late to reclaim this heritage. Our bodies are remarkably responsive. The moment we reintroduce these ancestral signals, they begin to adapt. The moment we start asking our body to carry, it starts rebuilding. This isn't about trying to live like our ancestors. It's about learning from their wisdom, encoded in our biology, and applying it to our modern lives in a smart, safe way. We don't need to carry water from a well, but we can choose to carry our groceries instead of using a cart for the last 100 feet. We can choose to dedicate just a few minutes, a few times a week, to intentionally practicing this forgotten movement. The key is to put our bodies under load, to ask them to do what they were designed to do. When we do this, we are not just building muscle, we are sending a powerful signal to our entire being. We are telling our bones to stay dense, our nervous system to stay sharp, and our posture to remain proud. We are waking up a deep, dormant strength. So, what is the most direct and effective way to do this? The answer is an exercise so simple it barely feels like an exercise at all. It has no complex movements to learn, requires no expensive equipment, and can be done almost anywhere. It is the modern embodiment of our ancestors' daily work. It is called the farmer's walk, or more broadly, the loaded carry. The name says it all. The farmer's walk is simply the act of picking up a heavy object in each hand and walking with it. That's it. It is elegance in its simplicity. Imagine a farmer carrying 2 heavy buckets of feed across a field. Notice their posture. Their chest is up, their shoulders are pulled back, and their steps are deliberate. This is what we seek to emulate. While it may seem like an arm exercise, nothing could be further from the truth. The farmer's walk is a true full-body exercise that builds strength that translates directly to a more capable life. Let's break down what's happening in your body. First, your grip. Your hands and forearms work intensely to hold the weight. This is the most direct way to build the grip strength so closely linked to longevity. Next, consider your shoulders and upper back. The weight constantly tries to pull your shoulders down and forward. To counteract this, the powerful muscles of your upper back must fire, constantly, to keep your shoulder blades pulled back and down, holding your shoulder joint in a stable, healthy position. This is the ultimate posture-correcting exercise. It actively trains the very muscles that have become weak from years of sitting. How does this simple act accomplish so much?
The benefits continue down the body. The real magic happens in your core. As you walk, the weight in each hand tries to pull you from side to side. Your deep core muscles, the ones that wrap around your torso like a corset, work incredibly hard to resist that movement and keep your spine stable. This is not the kind of core strength you build with crunches. This is deep, functional, stabilizing strength, the kind that protects your back from injury. It builds a strong, rigid torso that serves as the foundation for all other movements. Then there are your hips and legs. They are doing the work of walking, but now under a significantly greater load. This helps build strength in your glutes, quads, and hamstrings. More importantly, it improves your balance and coordination.
Each step is a small act of controlled instability, forcing the hundreds of small stabilizing muscles in your legs and feet to work overtime. This directly impacts fall prevention. A body that is used to moving and stabilizing under load is a body far less likely to lose its balance. Finally, it is a fantastic cardiovascular exercise. Pick up a challenging weight and walk for 60 seconds. You will feel your heart rate climb and your breathing become heavy. It challenges your heart and lungs in a way a simple walk cannot, combining strength and cardio into one efficient movement. The farmer's walk doesn't just make one part of you stronger, it makes your entire system more integrated and resilient. So, how do you perform this transformative exercise correctly and safely? The beauty lies in its simplicity, but form is paramount. Let's walk through the process. First, select your weights. We will discuss what to use in a moment. For now, imagine you have two objects of equal weight. Place them on the floor on either side of your feet. Stand between them with your feet shoulder-width apart. Before you lift, set your posture. Stand tall, pull your shoulders back and down, and engage your core by gently bracing your stomach muscles. Now, to pick up the weights, hinge at your hips and bend your knees. Keep your back straight. Do not round your lower back. This is crucial. It should feel like you are sitting back into a chair, not bending over to touch your toes. Grasp the handles firmly. Take a deep breath, brace your core again, and drive through your heels to stand up straight. You should feel the power coming from your legs, not your lower back. You are now in the starting position. Check your posture one more time. Is your chest up? Are your shoulders back? Is your gaze forward? Your arms should be straight at your sides, like carrying two heavy suitcases. Now begin to walk. Take small, deliberate steps. The goal is control, not speed. Keep your head and chest up, looking straight ahead. Try to keep your shoulders and hips level. Once you've completed your walk, set the weights down with the same good form. Stop, get your feet set, then hinge at the hips and bend the knees, keeping your back straight until the weights are on the floor. That is one set. The movement should feel challenging, but never painful. Like any powerful tool, this exercise must be used with wisdom. There are a few common mistakes that can reduce its effectiveness or lead to injury. By being aware of them, you can ensure your practice is safe and productive. The most common mistake is rounding the back when lifting or setting down the weights. This places enormous stress on the discs of your lower spine. Always remember the mantra, hinge, don't bend. Keep your spine in a neutral straight line. If you have trouble, practice the movement with no weight until the pattern feels natural. The second mistake is letting the shoulders slump forward during the walk. This negates the posture-correcting benefit. Consciously think about keeping your shoulder blades pulled together and down. It might feel tiring at first because you are using muscles that may have been dormant. But with consistency, this strong posture will become your new normal. Another mistake is walking too fast. This leads to a sloppy, side-to-side wobble that compromises stability. Remember, the goal is control. Take short, steady, rhythmic steps. Think of it as a walking meditation with weight. Your focus should be on maintaining a tall, stable torso. Finally, a subtle but important mistake is looking down at your feet. Your body follows your gaze. If you look down, you are more likely to round your shoulders. Keep your chin up and eyes fixed on a point in front of you. Avoiding these pitfalls is simple. It just requires mindfulness. Start with a weight that feels very light and focus exclusively on perfect form. Once you are confident that your movement is safe, only then should you begin to gradually increase the weight. Now for the most important question. What do you use for weight? This is where the accessibility of this exercise truly shines. You do not need a gym membership or expensive equipment. You can begin today with items you already have. The goal is to find two objects that are roughly the same weight and are comfortable to hold. The easiest place to start is with your groceries. The next time you shop, buy 2 gallons of milk or water. Each weighs about 8 pounds. That's your starting set. Carry one in each hand from your car to your kitchen. If that feels easy, take an extra lap before putting them away. You've just completed your first loaded carry. As you get stronger, you can use reusable grocery bags. Take 2 sturdy bags and fill them with books or canned goods until they are a challenging but manageable weight. Use a scale to make sure they are balanced. This is a fantastic, low-cost way to progressively increase the challenge. For many people, this is all they will ever need. If you have access to them, dumbbells or kettlebells are ideal. They are designed to be held comfortably and come in a wide variety of weights. You can often find used sets for a reasonable price. What else can you use? Other options around the house could include 2 small buckets filled with water or sand, or even 2 toolboxes. The specific object doesn't matter as much as the principle. Pick up something heavy and walk with it, maintaining perfect posture. The key is to start somewhere. Don't let the search for the perfect weight prevent you from starting with a good enough weight. The most important step is the first one you take.
So, what does a practical plan look like? How do you integrate this forgotten exercise into your life without it feeling like a chore? The goal is consistency, not intensity. A little bit, done regularly, is far more effective than a heroic effort done once a month. Here is a simple 4-week plan to get you started. Remember, this is a template. Listen to your body and adjust as needed. For your first week, the goal is to master the form. Twice during the week, on non-consecutive days, perform 3 sets of loaded carries. Use a very light weight. For each set, simply walk for 30 seconds. Rest for about a minute between each set. The entire workout will take less than 5 minutes. Your focus is 100% on perfect posture. In your second week, you will increase the duration. Again, twice a week, perform 3 sets. This time, try to walk for 45 seconds for each set. Keep the weight the same. You are building endurance in your hands and postural muscles. You might be surprised at how challenging it is to maintain perfect posture for the full 45 seconds. That's a good sign. For the third week, it's time to increase the weight slightly. Go back to walking for 30 seconds per set, but add a little more weight to your bags or pick up heavier dumbbells. Choose a weight that makes the last 10 seconds feel challenging but not impossible. Perform 3 sets, twice this week. In the fourth week, you will combine the progress. Using the heavier weight, extend your walking time back up to 45 seconds. At the end of these 4 weeks, you will have built a solid foundation. Your grip will be noticeably stronger, your posture will likely have improved, and you will have the confidence. From here, you can continue to gradually increase either the weight, the time, or the number of sets. The path forward is simple. Make it a little more challenging over time. That is the secret to lifelong strength. As with any new physical endeavor, it is natural to have questions. Let's address a few of the most common ones. A frequent concern is about back pain. What if I have a sensitive lower back? If you have a history of serious back injury, you should consult with your doctor or a physical therapist before starting. However, for many people with general back stiffness, the loaded carry, when done with perfect form and light weight, can actually be therapeutic. It strengthens the deep core muscles that support and protect the spine. The key is to start incredibly light and to never round your back. If you feel any sharp pain, stop immediately. Another common question is, my hands are weak and I have some arthritis. This is precisely why this exercise is so valuable. It directly addresses weak hands. However, you must start appropriately. Start with something very light. You can also use lifting straps or loop a towel through a handle to make gripping easier at first. Over time, as your hands and forearms get stronger, your grip will improve, which can even help alleviate stiffness by strengthening the supporting muscles around the joints. Again, the principle is to start where you are and progress slowly. Finally, some people might wonder, is this enough? Do I still need other exercise? The answer is a resounding yes. This is not a magic bullet that replaces all other activity. It is the missing piece in many people's fitness puzzle. It fills the gap for functional, full-body strength.
You should absolutely continue walking for your cardiovascular health and stretching for your flexibility. Think of the loaded carry as your strength foundation. By spending just 10 minutes a week building this deep, practical strength, you make your body more resilient and capable for everything else you want to do in life. We began this journey by talking about a forgotten strength, a primal capacity lost to our modern lives. We've discovered this strength is not just about lifting weights, it's about the simple, profound act of carrying. We've learned that the power in your hands is a window into your overall health, and that by challenging your grip, you challenge your entire body to become stronger. We've explored the farmer's walk, an exercise of beautiful simplicity that corrects posture, forges a core of iron, and builds the kind of real-world strength that truly matters. A strength that allows you to carry your own groceries, to lift your grandchild, and to remain fiercely independent. The knowledge is now yours, but knowledge without action is merely a story. True wisdom is knowledge applied. Your journey to reclaim this forgotten strength does not require a gym. It requires only a choice to take the first step. So here is your call to action. Sometime today or tomorrow, find 2 objects of equal weight, 2 books, 2 cans of soup, 2 bottles of water. Pick them up, 1 in each hand. Stand up tall, pull your shoulders back, and just hold them for 30 seconds. Feel the muscles in your hands, your back, and your core engage. Then, take a few steps. That is your first step on the path. If you believe in this philosophy of practical, lifelong strength, click the subscribe button and join our community. We are committed to uncovering the wisdom that helps us not just to age, but to age with power. The strength of your ancestors is not lost. It has just been waiting. It is time to pick it up.